Hello and good morning, everyone. Welcome to Studio MDAZ. I'm Debbie and I'm happy to be here. I hope you guys are too. We're going to do a couple of different projects today. Super simple, quick, and honestly, incredible gifting, which it's never too early to start getting all your gifts ready for Christmas. If you wait to the last minute, like I normally do, then you're going to spend a fortune. If you start now and start making stuff, you are going to be ahead of the game. You're not going to be stressed out. And I think you're going to be a lot happier. Hi, Sheila. Hi, Lynn. Hi, Van. Vicki Hoffman is here. So today we're going to do, a fun notebook, and which would be a great back to school gift for a college kid, or for a mom who finally, it's now her summer vacation because the kids are finally gone. That's what my daughter-in-law said. Her summer vacation started last week when the kids went back to school. Hi, Sharon. Hi, Patricia. Hi, Nikki. Hi, Kimberly and Rose, Becky, Nikki Hunter. Good morning. We're just going to do this for a second, so don't worry. People ask me all the time, where are you getting all these fun books? Hi, Laurel. Hi, Debbie Freeman. Hi, Jody. Are you guys all meeting today, Jody? The DFW crew? Nikki, Jody, Patricia. Hi, Kathy Dean. Hi, Tracy. Hi, Andrea from Texas. Welcome, sis. We've got a whole group of gals that are in the Dallas-Fort Worth area that are getting together for lunch today. I just love it so much. My friend Kathy Dean, hi Ivy, hi Sandra, Julie Newman. Carmen Fendrick is here, and we're going to talk about her today. So Carmen Sanchez dash Fendrick. Is it Fendrick? Hold on. Why do I have such a hard time with that? It is Fendrick. Keep that name in mind. You're going to need it after you see what we're doing today. Tracy Sausage, hi Denise, Karen Brown, Brenda Wood. Okay, you guys, it's I'm gonna get going. So I don't get hate mail. Hi, Diane Newman. Diana Cease is here. Anyway, I buy all of these books on Amazon. This one is one of my new favorites. It's just called Pop Art. Hi, Veronica. Hi, Rebecca. Maribel. Hi, sis. Look at the pictures in this one are just fun. And if you love doing fun and funny stuff like I do so much, then this is a really good book, and it is Pop Art Scrapbooking. I will have all the links. When I post pictures of today's project, I will have all of the links. Jody said, oh, you guys are getting together tomorrow. Okay. Hi, Sherry Walton. Hi, Darlene. Hi, Rena. Hi, Eve. Sandy Hill. Peggy Eaton. Hi, Joanne. There's my friend Mary Zwinger. Hi, Mary. Oh my gosh, Mary, look what I just found this morning. So I need to figure out how to get it to you. It says Bloom. And you could just trace it and put it on anything. And I love the lettering. So I will, anyway, I'll either mail it to you or I'll figure out a way to get it to you. But I thought that was fun for your shower. Hi, everybody. Hi, Vita. Hi, Shelley. Okay, so anyway, this is a great book. So this is the book that I got this picture out of. And so I also got the back. I went ahead and did the back. Aw, Sherry, it's always a treat to see you, my friend. It is a beautiful day in the Pacific Northwest. I'm sure it is. It's a little muggy today here. Kimberly Wald, yes, we're almost pushing 30,000 here. We're almost 100 for everybody, everywhere, plus all my other stuff. It's crazy, crazy tunes to me. I still can't get over it, but thank you all so much for being a part of my life and my small business, and I can't appreciate it any more than I already do. So I also purchased a bunch of, I'm trying to keep you guys higher without keeping you too high where I have to stand up. This is just a composition book. You can get them at the Dollar Tree. I got this one at Target. I think it was $2, and it's a really nice one. So I do try and look for the ones that are, not shoddy, because if you're gonna make a gift out of this, you want it pretty nice. So all I did is I took this picture out of this book, just ripped it out, and kind of fit it to this page. And now we're going to go ahead and use the Mod Podge Multi. I know I need to be doing a commercial for them because I'm promoting this big time now. But this Mod Podge works on literally everything. Indoor, outdoor, dishwasher safe, fabric, you name it, and it works. It's machine washable, dishwasher safe, indoor, outdoor. And not only that, it's just a fabulous texture, and I love it. So I am using it on like every different type of project you can imagine. Use it on fabric, using it on paper, you can use it on wood. I absolutely love it. So we're just gonna get a thin coat, because remember, we're just putting paper on. So we just need a thin coat. Hi, Diddy Botter. Hi, Nola. It is 90 in Maricopa, Rebecca. Yeah, it's gross here too. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to lay it down, and then I will go through and trim it up where I need to. But I'm also going to be putting some bling around it, so I'm not too awful worried about what happens. Shirley Ann, hi Jillian. Liz Voda, I look beautiful with my hair. Oh my gosh, thank you. That is sweet. Today is a work day all day because I have my big auction tomorrow. So about every 6 weeks I do an auction, and I sell everything that I have made during that time. And we do those auctions in my private group because that is one of the perks of being a member of my private monthly group. So that's where we do those. Hold on, let me make sure I got everything plugged in. Here we go. So look at this tiny little iron. I just got it on Temu a couple weeks ago, and I thought it was so cute, but it's almost too small, and the cord is super short, so it doesn't work out that well for me. So I'm going to use this one. This is a great iron. This came from, I believe it came from Temu. One of my ladies bought it for me, and I absolutely love it. Great heat. So I'm just going to put a piece of parchment paper over top, and I'm just going to iron it. It is honestly, for a flat surface, there's nothing that works better in my mind. Tammy Sullivan, the image came from this book, which is on Amazon, and I will have all the links for you when I post pictures of today's projects. I will have all the links. Unless it's Temu, then it's hard for us to get the links. But there's Mom, you guys. Mom is here today. I had Tony Doss with me last week, and people have offered to come help me all the time, but I figured today was kind of an easy day, and we could probably do it on our own today. We'll see. Okay, and then look at that. Now there's no, let me just get rid of these. There's a few wrinkles right there. But the little baby irons, it irons it right out. These are like $9.99 on Amazon. So they are perfect for projects like this. Now look, she is not coming off of there. And I'm just gonna go ahead and take a nice pair of scissors and just trim around anywhere where I'm overlaying, or overhanging, I guess is a better term. So is everybody happy it's Saturday? I feel like the older you get though, it doesn't matter. Every day is like the same. Okay, and now she's on there perfect. And I pulled another piece of paper from this same book and I put it on the back, because you gotta have the whole thing complete. Gotta have the whole thing complete. I know, I think it is fun to have guest co-hosts. This is the same Mod Podge used on fabric. Yes, Kathy, I use this on literally everything. Mod Podge Multi. And I got the gloss, because I love glossy, but not everybody does. So if you don't love glossy, it comes in all different ways. Okay, so here's what's fun. I was looking through my book the other day and I saw this picture and I thought, okay, she needs a pair of glasses. So I went online and I went on Amazon and I went to kids round glasses because that's what I really wanted for her. Look, round glasses. So I went on Amazon and I got a pack of 3 of these little round glasses, and they're smaller than, I'll show you, because I got adult size too, just in case. So I got the adult size, but look at the difference. Like, they're a lot bigger, and that's a lot to deal with. So I got the small ones. They come in 3 colors. You get a pink. I think I got a pink, a yellow. No, I got a pink, a purple, and a blue. But come on, we're going to snip these up and put them on here, and they're gonna lay pretty flat, so they're not gonna hurt anything. But before we do that, I want this to be a little bit of a mixed media project. So let's do some design on here. We don't have a lot of room for a whole bunch of design, but we have some room. And so I think what we're gonna do is, let's see, I'm kind of thinking, normally I do everything black, but I'm kind of thinking the yellow might look good on this one. So I'm just going to take, I'm using Nick Pro a lot. I love the Nick Pro. The Nick Pro paints, and I buy them on Amazon, and I just think they're really good paints. So I'm going to go ahead and dip in that paint. Isn't that a pretty yellow? Wipe it on my plate. And then let's just take, I just need a little bit of it. Make sure I'm straight. Yeah, let's just do a little bit of it. It's not gonna make a huge difference, but it's just something extra to have. And it's just gonna give it this fun little, you know, just a good little mixed media look. I think I'm gonna go with black on this one. Hi, Charlotte. Hi, Micheline. Hi, Ruby, Linda. You guys are so sweet for being here. I appreciate it so much. Always do. Let's do some black on this one. See if I like that black better. Okay, well, just a regular stencil, cheap stencil. I think the stencil came from Temu too. There's so much going on in that background that it's really not even showing up very well. So let me go over the yellow just a little bit more. If you had a basic, you know, just a really basic design on yours with hardly anything, that would show up so much better, but I don't know. I just think it's fun to have something going on. And then let's do a few of these coming right down into her face. Okay, it just gives it a little bit more interest than it was all by itself. Okay, put that off to the side. And all right, so let's figure out how we're gonna do our glasses. So I'm gonna grab my metal clippers. On the pumpkin man behind me, oh, isn't he fabulous? He just came from Home Goods. I got him 2 days ago at Home Goods. I buy one every year. They have him every single year, $24.99. So I'm gonna paint him and get him real stylish, and then he'll be in my auction tomorrow night. I also got, look at this guy. I thought this was really cool. And I'm not a Halloween girl at all. But some of these things I like because I can take them and make them cuter. But look at, kind of cute, and I'm going to turn this cat into like a beautiful cat. Yeah, love him. All right, so here we go. Let's start trying to take these apart so that they lay nice and flat. And I've got a couple, if we break these, I've got 2 more pairs, because that's why, you know, you never know. They're kind of fragile. All right, let's start by getting the easy part off. It'll be easier to handle. Why I do this stuff to myself, I don't know. You have, Sharon, you have that? Of course you do. Okay, we need to take the nose guards off too, because they're too bulky. But I think this would be such a cute little gift for, oh, I have stuff. I have metal little pieces all over my office because I always do this. They just fly everywhere. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, look how cute. So, I think this would be super cute. I know, isn't the cat cute? Yes, I know. Home Goods had a lot of stuff. All right, so we want to get this as close to flat as possible so that, you know, it doesn't get stuck on anything. But obviously, this is just a fun little notebook. It's not, you know. Is Bill going to be my primer boy to help get items ready? I let him do it once. Hi, Yvonne. I let him do my priming once, and it was a disaster. It really was. And so, no, I try to keep Bill away from everything. Okay. Yeah, I kind of like that. I think that's going to be good. So I think if I can just get these, oh, shoot. Okay, hold on. See, that's what I mean. But that's no big deal. These we're going to glue in. Let me get a little glue on that. How did we all know that was about to happen? Thank you, Joanne. Oh, you guys know, I just, you know, I don't sleep very well. And so I sit up at night and think of crazy things that I think are fun. Okay, let me make sure I get this in right. Okay, no big deal. But when I hit that one, I tried to hit that and I hit on the frame too close and pulled it apart a little bit. So got to be careful with that. I know, aren't they the perfect size glasses? And that's why you've got to have the kid ones. So go on Amazon and look for children round glasses or kids costume glasses, stuff like that. Okay. All right. And since we are going to put the glasses over top, I'm going to go ahead and do some Stickles. If you're not familiar with Stickles, hold on. Just found out Hobby Lobby has a 90% off all spring. You got 2 kitchen towels that you, oh my gosh, what a great idea. Yeah, I was getting like that Hobby Lobby had coupons and I thought, what? How? Okay, anyway, Stickles. These are Ranger Stickles. It's the best and finest glitter glue I've ever used. I'm sure there's others on the market that you all love too, but this is just my favorite. But when you're doing Stickles, it takes about an hour to dry, and so you always need to do your Stickles last. But since our glasses are going to cover up over the Stickles, I need to get those on first under her eyes. So look, just look at the difference, and you'll still see it through the glasses. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. Okay, so I'm gonna use hot glue on this because on paper, the hot glue will hold, but I'm gonna go back afterwards and I will add a little bit more glue of a different type to it just to be safe. Oh, come on. Look how fun that is. That just screams like, okay, that's just fun. You're not gonna find that anywhere. And then I've got these are by Recollections. Anyway, the Rangers, the Stickles, they are just fabulous. And I don't know if you can see behind me, but they come in a million different colors. Isn't that cute? If you have a laser printer, there's a pattern for the glasses. Okay, that's a cute idea. That would be a great idea. All right, so this is kind of boring right here. So let's put something on it. And I saw these little mirror tiles and I thought, okay, those are the perfect color gold because that's what we need. We need some gold on here because of the glasses. And I just want to kind of hide the, you know, the seam because it's just, there's no big deal. Don't go anywhere today. We've got lots of fun ideas today that we're going to do. get that off of there. But these notebooks make the best gifts. They are so fun to make, and they go really fast. I have to take that one down a little bit. Okay, it just helps make a little bit of a difference. I've got some funny sayings. Let's see. So I grabbed all kinds of funny things, but this is one of them that I liked. It says, I was going to take over the world this morning, but I overslept. Postponed again. I don't mean to interrupt people. I just randomly remember things and get excited. Love that one. I was trying to keep it, you know, cool, just in case this was going to be a gift for like a college kid or something. But this is so me. It says me. I need some help around here. Also me. No, not like that. Here, let me do it. Like, this is so how I always do this. Let's see. We got to pick the one that looks the best on here. I don't understand your specific kind of crazy, but I do admire your total commitment to it. Let's see. I haven't had my coffee yet. Don't make me kill you. It's been lovely, but I have to scream now. Okay, I think that's the one. And it's yellow. We need the colors. So let me show you how we're going to do this. I like doing these more like separating them rather than having all the words together. I love to separate the lines. And then I use that Stickles around them. And also, it fills up your whole page that way. The Stickles really does hide so much, but it also makes such a difference. So that's the reason I went ahead and already did the back of this notebook, so that when after we put these down, I want to put the Stickles on them, and I won't have to worry about them getting all over the place. Because like I said, it takes about an hour for all those Stickles to dry. Hi, Anna. Anna, thank you so much for sprinkling, you guys. Anytime you can do that, I appreciate it so much. Yeah, this page, like I said, this page we've only had since January, and it is growing so fast, and I'm just so grateful. Okay, it's been lovely. Let's see, but I have to scream. Let's see, or we can do them down here. Let's see. It's been lovely, but I have to scream. This is all, you just got to think about your placement. Let's see, it's been lovely. But I have to scream now. Okay, I'm loving that. All right, so that's how we're going to do it. You purchased some old books with Shirley Temple. Look, oh, how fun. So this is, where'd it go? Hold on, I'll find it in just a second. All right, we're going to put this on with the Mod Podge also, because why wouldn't we? Let's just use a little bit of that Mod Podge. I just had to order another one. It's coming tomorrow morning between 4 and 8 a.m. It's been, just keep in mind your words. And I will go over the whole thing also before I put the Stickles on. I'm going to go over the whole page with the Mod Podge because it'll just protect everything. Hey, Chris Hunter. What in the world? We haven't seen you in forever, sister. I'm so happy I just happened to look up and caught your name. Gosh, we haven't seen you in forever. I hope everything's Good with you. Okay, so on these words, I'm not going to use my iron because I'm just going to use my Mod Podge. And if you are using the iron technique, you don't want to Mod Podge the top before, at least before you iron. And if you do it afterwards, there's really no reason to. So I Mod Podge. Okay, let's get the whole thing. And then we're going to do our stickles. And then we're going to move on to a Louis Vuitton wallet that I picked up the wallet at Goodwill and loved it. Brand new. But we're going to turn it into a really fun little piece. Okay. Staying crazy busy. Aw, I know. I feel like it's so crazy. I never see anybody anymore unless it's a total fluke. Okay, so Stickles, what you want to do is you got to like push it down, get it down there, and then it has such a wonderful fine tip. And you're just going to trail right along the outside. And I am pressing on, like my Stickles is actually on the paper. So like the tip of that, I'm actually running it on the paper. Some people say, how in the world do you get that on there like that? I put my Stickles right on the paper. Sometimes it'll clog up, but you just take a pin and unclog it and you're good to go again. The Stickles, in my mind, is your game changer. Because it just feels like it just brings everything to life. So you want to just keep kicking it down. It just cleans up all your edges. Yeah, but you gotta, it does get, when you push it on your paper like this, it does get gunked up because this is the tiniest little hole you can imagine. I used to make the mistake of cutting the top a little bit more because it was doing that all the time. And then it's coming out way too fast and way too much. So don't do that. Okay. And look how simple, but look at what a fun notebook that is now for anybody. You would display on your office. Yeah, they're just fun and bright, but come on, those glasses did everything. They changed everything. So, all right, there's one. Let me throw it back here so I don't touch it again. And again, that was just a composition notebook from Target. Here's another idea. Let me get rid of this stuff real quick. So I love to take pictures of my friends or whoever and like make homemade cards or notebooks for them. So this is what I made just to show you guys. But look, you could take anything. That's just a little dress form. And I put my face on it, my head on it. And look how simple. And if somebody gave that to me as a gift, I don't know why. I don't know what's going on, but can you guys see? It's like my lips keep going really big, or is it just I'm seeing it on here? I don't know how it's doing that, but I don't like it. Anyway, what a fun little gift that would be for somebody. Did you guys see that? Debbie, what notebook did you use? I just used a composition. Okay, tell me you guys saw that, because that is the weirdest thing. And now I've got hearts everywhere. Are you guys doing that, or am I doing that? That is so funny. Okay, so I was just going to show you this idea real quick for a little girl. So I keep cards. All right, so you guys did see that, right? So weird. I keep cards that I just think I can do something with or make another card out of it. That is so weird. So I thought, okay, these are old, but this is my granddaughter. Well, these are 3 of my grandkids from years and years and years ago. But look, I can take my granddaughter's little face, cut it out, put it on here, like you want to find something that's about the same size and that the face is kind of going in the same direction. And look, if I put this on here and send that to my granddaughter, like make a new card out of it and send it to my granddaughter with something really sweet on it. Maybe even let's even put a little crown on her. Like this is the kind of stuff my grandkids live for, knowing that I will always do something fun like this for them. I did a whole bunch of senior cards like that too. All right, let me put. But imagine your granddaughter getting that as a card. Debbie Votter, you sent me stars, hearts. Aw, thank you so much. Isn't that funny? So anyway, my little Macy would love that card. That's fun. And then I can also take like, let's do Nicole. So here's these are so old. Look at, I was single, ready to mingle. Let's take Nicole. This is an old one of her too, but we'll just take Nicole. Cut out, let's see, we just need her head. Let's put her on a pinup. Sorry, Bill is so noisy. He just went to the pharmacy for me. Okay. I did one of these for Mara for Valentine's Day last year. It's just funny. Now, then I would crop out the whole thing, and then put this on on a cute background and make a card out of this for her, or put it on a notebook or anything, but just get that bottom off. Fun. But these are the things that your friends are going to love so much. I did, the year I had my hysterectomy, I was down for like 6 weeks. I couldn't go anywhere. Well, I could have, but I was just trying to be really careful. And I decided I wanted to be really creative. So I made notebooks for 37 of my friends. And I had their picture on it and then all of their interests. And all I did is I went on Facebook and stole pictures right off of Facebook on their pages. But look at that. Now we've got Nicole as a pinup girl. So just fun ideas that you can do with anything. You can make them, the sewing patterns. Just fun. Here's a Marilyn. You could just cut her head off, put your own friend's head on. So, all right, so there's another idea. But, okay. So here's some other ones I wanted you to see that I've done recently. I do a ton of notebooks, but any of these notebooks, I always wait till I can find these really nice notebooks. This one came from Marshall's, $5.99 at Marshall's. And all I did was take a picture out of one of my books, put a funny saying on it. This one says, "You can't light a fire when there is nothing to burn." And then Stickles, bling, and all I did was throw a ribbon down through here and added a few beads to it so that it hangs over like that. Simple, and it doesn't affect the notebook in any way. So is that a fun saying? You can't light a fire where there's nothing to burn. I just think that's so funny. So love these. What a great anniversary gift that would make for somebody. Or this is a perfect back to school gift. This is another, this is actually Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree has these, and these are the ones I look for. The ones that are nice colors, or the ones that are like the plastic. Hello, Judy. It's the stars. They do things now when sent. Oh, that's so crazy. So this is great bling. Again, I will put up all the links. This bling is on Amazon. It's black and white check bling. Couldn't make me more happy. And then I have all these books that I buy on Amazon. They're just called, like, they're cut and collage books. And there's just fun pictures. So if you're on Amazon, and I will list all the books I'm using today, but if you're on Amazon, you want cut and collage books or scrapbook books, and you'll get all this stuff. But this one just says, be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or terrified. The Lord your God goes with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. So all of these are just amazing gifts. Here's another one. And with this, I used this type of bling. I buy it in sheets, and I buy it on Amazon also. And look at how fabulous those turn out. And this one says, some days I'm just on fire. What can I say? So, notebooks. Great, great gifts. Great, great gifts for everybody. And you can add so much to them. But putting people's faces is, I have found in my past that is always everybody's favorite thing when they have their own, thing. Forecast for today, unproductive with a chance of a nap. So, okay. So let's make a wallet, a beautiful wallet. This wallet I got from St. Vincent de Paul. It's one of my thrift stores. Thank you, Francis. I know they're fun. I made for my last auction, I think we had 35 notebooks, and I will have probably 15 notebooks for this one. Hi, Jan. But look, brand new. Everything was still in it. It was $6.99. Do you add glue to the self-stick bling? It depends. Like that mirror bling, I will. Generally, I don't have to because it's on paper to paper. But yeah, probably on those mirrors, because I don't trust those mirrors, I would have to do something. Hi, Texas Breeze. Thank you so much. Karen Bratton. No wonder I don't sleep. Oh, I know. Because my mind's going crazy all the time. Because I have a million ideas. Somebody said, how do you come up with ideas every day? All the crafters do. How do you guys come up with all these different ideas? I have no idea. I really don't, except I don't sleep. You do that to your husband's swimsuit calendar. He hangs in his workshop. You have a headshot of me that I put on a swimsuit. Okay, that is so funny. I love that idea. What a great Christmas gift that would be for your husband, is a swimsuit edition calendar, but your face on every one. I love that idea. That's awesome. So, okay, so I have a lady in my private group, and her name is Carmen Sanchez Fendrick, and she's in here today, and she will wave or something. She makes these patches. We've never found anybody that does better patches than Carmen. So she makes them and she sells them. You just have to private message her, and she will, give you all the details and how much they are. They're not very much at all, but they're fabulous. Look at these. Tiffany & Company. Hermes. Are you kidding? Look how fabulous. He loves it too. I bet he does, Pamela. That is so funny. But her Louis Vuittons are just amazing. There she is right there. Carmen Sanchez Fendrick. Go ahead, snapshot that, because she's the one that you're going to want to private message her. And, I mean, she's just, just a regular gal. She doesn't have a big Etsy shop or a big boutique or anything. But she is one of the most creative people I've ever known. And she does perfect work. Look at these. So, yes, you can get all of these from Carmen. Look at these. You can use these for belt buckles, for notebooks, for purses. You can use these because I do a lot of notebooks where I just do the whole like Chanel pleather, and then I'll put one of these over top of that. Let's see. Look at these. And these are all leather. They're fabulous. And, are they iron-on, Carmen? Are they sew-on? I always glue them on, so I never know. But somebody else made us some of those, but I absolutely love the ones that Carmen has. So anyway, she's got all different kinds. You'll just want to message her, and she will sell you whatever you want. Your husband's out in the shed. Yes, so her and her husband have, machines, and they make these. So is that fabulous? So what I thought is, when I saw this, I thought, okay, I love the color of it, And so I want to do just like one of these on here. But this is such a great size that you can put your phone in here if you have one of the smaller sizes, and your credit cards. Like when I go into a thrift store, I don't want to take my whole purse and carry my purse around the whole time, and I don't like shoulder bags. I'm one of these kind of gals. And so this I love to just bring the whole thing in, but it's got to be cute. So what I'm going to do is we're going to put this right there. And then you can get these. Now we've got a couple of vendors for things like this, and I will put the links on for this kind of thing. So I thought we can put this on it. And these I buy from Amazon. These are purse handles. And this is the tortoiseshell purse handle. Isn't it incredible? Carmen ships super quick too. Yeah, it's amazing. So look at this. So we're going to take it from just this. And if somebody screenshot that for me, because I forgot to take a picture beforehand. Somebody will just do a screenshot for me. Thank you. So wait till you see how different it's going to look. And now we can just add this purse handle. Yes, there we go. I'm going to get it to push it. There we go. Now look. Okay, love that. Carry it on your wrist. Now you're in a bar or whatever. And now you're not going to let go of that. And then you can have your keys right on it, and they look darling. This I just got at St. Vincent de Paul, brand new, but you can get this stuff. Walmart has wallets for $9.99. Just jazz them up. Okay, so I'm going to use on this. My mom swears by tacky glue, and I kind of do too now. So I'm going to use the tacky glue on it. Carmen, tell us what you think the best glue for these is. I believe they are, I can't remember if they're iron-on or not. They might be, but I wouldn't iron onto this, this fabric anyway, because I'm afraid it would probably burn it. Okay, a little bit of glue, make sure we're straight. Okay, and you could stop right there, and now look at what we've done in just a couple of minutes with this simple little purse. Maybe even your bag, hardware, yes. But let's add, we're using golds, so let's add a little bit of gold bling. This is 3 millimeter gold and rhinestone trim from Amazon. Again, I will put up the links. So I'm going to just kind of go right around this patch. And we're going to use the B7000 to do this one. And give myself a little bit extra just in case I messed up somewhere. I'll put it off again. B7000. Hi, Terry. I know. Look at that. Just crazy how it just changed it. I'm just going to take this B7000 all the way around. Make sure it doesn't move on you. These are becoming as bad as threading a needle for me. Trying to make sure that I have that perfectly in that precision tip. If you guys haven't bought all this little rhinestone trim on Amazon yet, go get some. It's not very expensive, and you get 10 yards. I mean, it goes a long way. Thank you, Cecile. I don't even know where, I got it online somewhere. Mary Zwinger might know because I believe this is the one that she bought for herself and didn't care for the fit, and so then I took it. Okay. Seriously. So for under, the handle's probably the most expensive thing on here, and I believe these are, I want to say $9.99, but you might get 2 of them for $9.99. I cannot remember exactly, but what a beautiful little gift. Under $25 to get anything with Louis Vuitton on it. So that is such a great little project. If your friend is really blingy, and by friend I mean you, you could also, you know, do something else there. Now, Louis Vuitton doesn't, it's not blingy, but I can't do anything without a tiny bit of bling on it. So, fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. And I will also put up some links for where we buy our, the Louis Vuitton, the Chanel, the Burberry, all kind, Gucci, where we buy our fabrics, our pleathers from, like, you know, like all this stuff. We have a number of vendors for this stuff where you can buy it. And so I will give you that information also so you have it, because these make incredible notebooks also. Like I said, just put this, cover your whole notebook with that. Here's some more of our little tiny Louis Vuitton material. So we have great connections, you guys. So if you need to get hooked up, then make sure that, you know, you look at that stuff. Okay, I've got one more notebook I want to do with you because we're so quick. But before that, I want to show you a great organizing, yeah, Peggy just loves that bling. A great organizing idea. I have so much paper crafting because I love paper crafting. And I used to scrapbook, and I've always, you know, made cards and made fun stuff. So the other day I was like, I was at Goodwill, and I found a pack of 3 of these. It doesn't have to be these, it could be anything. But they're the photo albums, and nobody, I mean, we're not using those anymore. Well, I'm not anyway, but they're always at Goodwill, and sometimes they're brand new. And this one was, I got 3 of them brand new. So when I find little things that I love, I started then just putting them in this notebook. And now when I'm looking for a funny saying, or I need a funny person, or, you know, just anything, if I want to put a cup of coffee in somebody's hand. So that's what I've been doing. I just cut them out, and then I've been putting them in here, and that way I have them. I also have ideas for things I might want to do, journal pages. So just FYI, if you're just like, I cannot seem to figure out a way to organize just these papers that I have all over the place, I just started throwing them in here, and I was like, okay, that worked, that helped, that made a big difference. For me is, rather than having stuff everywhere, I have it all right here. Now I can just go through it and pick out whatever I want. Quite easy. So, okay. Here's another notebook. This also came from, I think this is Target. Yeah, this came from Target also. I loved the design, and it's a folder. It's a folder on the inside. So this is the book I'm using for this picture. It's called Beautiful Faces Collage Papers. So if you're on Amazon and you just look up collage book, you're gonna get a ton of stuff. And they just have really fun, interesting, different things that I love. Like just kind of artsy, just fun, makes me happy. So this one is called Beautiful Faces Collage Papers. Put that there. And so she came out of that book. Here's the only thing I don't like. Then you have to trash whatever's on the other side so they don't, they do that? Why don't they just give you, like, the back of this should be blank or something, because now I can't use that. You know what I mean? But anyway. All right, so with this one, I picked her because of the colors. I didn't really want to have to cover over the whole notebook. Using the photo albums for little tidbits is such a great... Oh, good. You use folders and stuff, I know. But then you have to go through them, because I have a whole thing of folders also. And then I got to go through them, and I don't like doing that. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is let's cut the jagged edge off. This is where I just ripped it out. Also, why am I not doing these books? Because if I was doing these books, I would also have perforation so that when you rip it out, it doesn't ruin everything. But, you know, nobody asked my opinion. Okay, so here's what I want to do with her. Because of the folder, I'm going to use my fingernail. And I want to keep the folder aspect of this. So we're going to cut this. So today, my auction weekends are nuts. So I will do nothing the rest of the day except create, and I've got so much to do. Can't you photocopy? You can, but my copier, my printer copier, it's okay, but it's not going to make, you know, it's not going to do a photo like I would, like this. It's not going to look like this when I photocopy it. But I guess you could take it to Office Max as long as you do the, you know, the self-serve, because they won't do anything else. Okay, love it. So I want to maintain that there is a folder there. So we need to enhance the folder too. Let's get this up. This is a great notebook. I want to say that this was, oh, I don't remember, but I want to say it was around $4 or $5.99 also. Whatever it wasn't bad to have the folder, and I love having the folder. Okay, just gonna lay this in. I'm gonna bring it down a little bit. Okay, I want there definitely to be a little gap. Okay, and now I'm going to take a baby wipe and wipe off that excess glue. It says to take a heat gun to the spine and then loosen the glue to put, oh my gosh, I've never heard that before, Carmen. Genius. Obviously, I don't want my, the folder part to be stuck. Okay, but now I'm going to take this and let's go ahead and iron it. And that way we know it's down really well. And what I love about these books is that you don't have to paint over. If we were using decoupage paper, you would have to paint this background white because you don't want all that stuff showing through. But it doesn't show through on these papers. When school supplies were on sale at Walmart, you found black and white check spirals. Oh, you did? I would have bought them all too. Might need to go to Walmart and see if they still have any of that stuff. Okay, so she is down perfectly. I just love that her one eye is there and her other eye is going to be here. And I'm going to leave a little bit of a space because I think that is interesting also. Look, we're going to have it just kind of like that. I know. Love it when it's just a little bit wacky. But you see how easy this is? It's just so easy to transform these little notebooks. Hi, Natalie. We had dinner last night with some of Bill's family that I had never met before, and went to a steakhouse, and we just had the best time. I do love meeting Bill's family, more of them. Okay, let's see. Let me get it all the way over. Okay, this one's going to be a little trickier because I want it. Got to make sure their face is lined up. Yeah, I'm going to have to do that, and I'll put bling up there. She's easy, but look, now the back's okay. So I don't have to do anything to the back. I can just leave it the way it is because I picked it based on the colors. Yeah, it was real. It was so nice. It's Bill's niece. So it was Bill's wife, Gail, who passed away. It was Gail's sister's daughter and her family. And anyway, we just had such a fun time. But you know, it's one of those things that you always do. It's like, I love going out, but once I get there. But when I'm busy or doing something, it's like, the last thing I want to do is have to get ready, get dressed, and go out. Does Bill have siblings? Oh, Kimberly, yes. If you guys remember, we made, in my private group, we did make, Gail was Bill's wife that passed away, and she had two sisters, Sandy and Dee Dee. And Sandy was an artist and did beautiful work. So she had painted this gorgeous flower on a canvas, like floral, on a canvas for Gail. And we had it. And so I took it off of the frame, got Mom involved, and I said, Mom, I want to do something with this. What can we do with this? And she said, well, what do you want? I said, I want to make it into a purse. We did. I'll put a picture up because it was so cool. So those of you in my private group, you probably remember when we did this, but I took that canvas and we were able to manipulate it and fold it and glue it. And I think we had to do a little sewing, and turned it into a purse. And then I sent it to her and she was so, so grateful. So that was fun. Okay, I definitely want a little bit of mixed media on this one. And so I'm going to just use black. And I think I like the diamonds. I tend to use the diamonds for everything, but I love them. And I think we're going to go right down her face. Obviously, you don't need to do this part if you don't like it, but I think it just adds some amazing interest. And this is how I do all my purses too. When I make the painted purses, this is exactly how I do those also. Look. It almost looks like she's crying. And then let's get some of these, just a few of these little ones up here, just for interest. Okay, love that. Your ex has, yeah, that's right. You bought the UV resin light. Oh my gosh, Cecile, I love it so much. We started making jewelry yesterday in my group, and I've been making it today. Let me just clean up the excess here. I've tried doing this like we do with decoupage paper by just using a emery board or something and trying to sand it off. It never works as good as I think it's going to, so I definitely prefer just cutting. Okay, look how fun that is. We maintained the, we went ahead and maintained that. I have some really good, let's see. I've got this great bling. Let me see how much, if I really love it or if I just like it. I think I just like it. Let's use this. by the way. This is, she'll kill me, but this is Nicole's, Nicole and her husband's wedding picture. This is, you know, how they sent thank you notes. This is how they sent the thank you notes, which I thought was such a great idea. Just took a picture. But anyway, bless her heart. Loved it. That was a little bit of a shotgun wedding. But they were getting married anyway. They just had to get married a little sooner. All right. So, okay, so back to, does Bill have siblings? Bill was raised by a single mom and his grandma, and he has no full-blood siblings, but he does have 2 half siblings, and his half sister, they're on his dad, they're his dad's kids. His half sister looks exactly like Bill, but in a woman form. She is beautiful, and she's got Bill's hair and Bill's body. It's so weird to see that, because the first time I met her, I was like, oh, they could be twins. So, and his brother, his half brother, looked nothing whatsoever like Bill, and he passed away a few months ago. So anyway, yeah, so Bill had 2 halves. Yeah, he was raised by a single mom. He was born in Death Valley, which is so weird. Nobody's born in Death Valley, for crying out loud. But he was. Yeah, I think this has much more shine to it. But this stuff's on Amazon, and I will put that on. Sharon, can I do a makeup bag like this one week? I just finished one. Hold on, let me see where it's at. It's here in my office. I'll pull it up. I just did one. It's for this auction, but I did a purse, and I wanted to do a makeup bag to go with it, because the makeup bag came inside the purse. And so I'll show you, and I'll show you exactly what you need to do. I think I've done these live. I think I've done the, sorry, it's awful loud. Haven't I, you guys? I feel like I've done the purses live like this, but if I haven't, we probably need to do one again. Oh, I don't want to be using those good scissors. Crap. Now these sheets come in different sizes. You can buy it, you know, a lot smaller than this. But I like getting it this size so that when I'm doing notebooks, I can get a whole big thing. Oh, it's perfect. Okay. Sure I'm not gluing onto the folder at all part. Look at, I mean, she is beautiful. And I love that she's, you know, she's already great in the back. You bought a pair of medical shears for cutting the adhesive sheets. Okay, that's genius. I'm gonna get the, it's right here. I'm gonna get the purse and the makeup bag. So this is the purse I just did, and I did a purse with you guys, I think, already, but here's what you need to do a purse. So these are like, you know, it's just like a regular leather pleather purse. You need to use some kind of a, like a bonding agent. Otherwise, it might crack. So here's what I did. I used this Bonding Boss. It's on Amazon. It's by Dixie Belle. Bonding Boss. It comes in all kinds of colors. I like clear and I like gray. I use clear on this one because I wanted to maintain that creamy color. So I give it a coat of the Bonding Boss first, all over the whole purse, and I did the back too. I do a coat of bonding boss. This purse was just cream, and this was all cream on both sides and just the black up here. So you do the bonding boss all over, let that dry really well, like hours. And then I'm using these same books with these pictures and cutting them out using the multi-mod Podge. This one I just did a little bit different. This was a stencil, but I put her face in on this side of the stencil. And then same thing, the stencils, I'm doing mixed media. I take my paintbrush with a bunch of different colors on it, and I just go back and forth to get that look. So these can easily be done with purses. And then I did this. This is the little bag that came inside of it. And I basically just did this. I used Stickles, a picture out of one of my books. And this says, I'm actually a really fun person if you've never asked me to do anything. And then try and just coordinate, you know, I've got the black and gold polka dots. So just try and coordinate it a little bit, coordinated the colors. And then I seal it. I seal the whole thing with, Liquitex. This is a gloss finish. You can seal it with this. You could seal it with a gloss Mod Podge or any kind of, you could use any sealer on it. It really wouldn't hurt anything, but I have found that this works really well. So yeah, they're easy to do, you guys, and they are like no hassle. The purses I love doing. I've got, I think, two that are gonna be in this auction. So, okay, let me move this out of the way. Again, if you love this picture, this kind of style, she is in this book, which is Beautiful Faces Collage Papers. And I love her. So then you got to think about, like, what is she saying? That's too big. That's too big. I think I kind of like this one, or this one. I was going to take over the world this morning, but I overslept. Postponed again. Or I don't mean to interrupt people. I just randomly remember things and get really excited. She doesn't look very excited to me, though. I think I want to go with, oh, there's two of them there. I think we're going to go with this one. How to apply the leather from Ming Fabrics on a purse. Anna, how to apply that on a purse. That is probably a question for a couple of the other ladies that have done that. If I was going to do it, I would use what my mom swears by, which is good old tacky glue. But it takes a while to dry. So I know some of the ladies have had really good luck with double stick tape, but not like regular double stick tape. Double stick leather tape. It's by Tandy. So I just ordered some. It'll be here tomorrow, and I'm going to give it a shot and try it. But I've never tried it, so I hate giving you guys information that I've not tried yet. But for our ladies that have tried it, double stick tape by Tandy, and it's a leather tape. So that's all I know. Let's hope it works for you. But that's what I know they have used that has worked really well for them. Oops. Come here. Super fly away. Okay, so I'm using my Mod Podge Multi for this also. And in this case, because it's so little and it fits perfectly right here, I am not going to worry about cutting all the words or lines out. I'm going to leave it just like it is, and then we're going to do some bling around it. You use double-sided tape from Tandy Leather also. Okay, so Carmen, can you speak to it that it is definitely the way to go, even on, I think my question, like hers, would be, what about, how is that happening, you guys? Oh my gosh. I am certainly not doing that, but every time I get stars, something happens. Would that paper work on with a jelly pad? We did use it with the jelly pad, and it did not work as well. So if you're talking about trying to transfer the image onto the jelly pad, it didn't work as well. But that was one of, it was one of the books. I don't remember which one. They might be different. Okay, Laurel is the person I was thinking of that I know has used it. And she says, yes, but you guys, what is going on today? It's so funny. Okay, so with this down here, we could use this little bling. But I think the Stickles will work just as well. So here's what I want to do. I want to give it a coat real quick of the Mod Podge over the whole thing. This is just to seal it. You don't have to do this. You do not have to do this. But I always seal it. I like it to be a little bit shinier. And I need to put another piece of bling right up there where it kind of stops. And then we're going to use our Stickles and jazz the whole thing up a little bit. And remember, when you're sealing, so that you don't get all those lines, which sometimes there's no way to avoid it, you want a really nice, soft, big brush. Okay, so now we're going to take our Stickles, wherever it is. Here it is. And I always do their eyeshadow. You were hooked on Tandy back about 8 years ago. They sponsored the Pinners Conference. Oh, okay. So I do think, and now I go in between. I'm going in between her eyelashes because I don't want to lose her eyelashes. So I just do a little bit in between all their eyelashes. Just for a little bit of that. Looks like she's got her eyeshadow on. The glitter glue, in my opinion, this Stickles is a must-have. My favorite colors, well, my most favorite color is Mercury Glass. That's what this is. It pulls silver if you're using silver, and it pulls gold if you're using gold. So I love this one, Mercury Glass. I also love Platinum. It's a little bit lighter than the Mercury Glass. These you can buy on Amazon, or you can buy them direct from Ranger Ink. Again, I'll do a link. And then here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do in between all of our diamonds, a little bit of the glitter, which is really going to, when it dries super sparkly. So it's kind of like embossing stuff. When it dries, then it gets super glossy. And we just did this same look on jackets. So, I mean, you can do this kind of look on anything. Just got to have all the right materials just to make sure, you know, you want fabric Mod Podge or Mod Podge Multi. Even on fabric, I use the Bonding Boss on the fabric also. So you just want to make sure that if you're going to do things like this, that you have, you know, the right products. Also, if anybody has private messaged me on this page, on Studio, not my personal page, but Studio, I cannot get onto those messages for some reason. So if you've messaged me and I haven't responded, please know I always respond, but I can't get on there, so I can't see them. So if there's something you need to talk to me about or ask me, private message me on my personal page and I will see it. Even if we're not friends, I can still get it. So anyway, just a super simple day today, but just great ideas for little gifts that make a huge impact. Look at this. Like, that is a fabulous wallet for my members. This will be in the auction tomorrow. Yes, if you're not in our private group, we'd love to have you. Oh my gosh. What is up with all this stuff? Anyway, if you're not in my private group, we would love to have you. I don't mean to say private. It's our member group. We would love to just have you come give it a shot. It's $25. You can cancel anytime. Nobody harasses you. But I'm live 3 times a week in that group, at least 3 times a week. And my mom's with me 2 of those times, and that's where all of our giveaways, auctions, that's where all of our projects, like with the jackets, the purses, that's where we do our bigger project. Yesterday we did jewelry. So anyway, we'd love to have you give us a shot. StudioMDAZ.com is where you can find all the information for that. So everybody have a great rest of your Saturday. I am going to be painting and creating the rest of the day, today and tomorrow, and for my member group. And if you're not part of our member group and you want to join just to see what it's about, this would be a great weekend to join because tomorrow's our auction, and that's the only way you get to buy any of our stuff. So anyway, thanks so much for being here today, guys. Love you all. Have a great rest of your weekend, and make some notebooks. They're easy, fun, and cheap. We'll see you soon.